How you doing, guys? This topic's probably well overdue, which is 4K. Is it currently worth it? And I'm talking about both as a consumer and also a content provider. And we're kind of going to go back even a little bit further, looking at the history of the way video is done. Of course, back way when we had standard definition. Going from standard definition to HD high definition was really the biggest jump, both in size and quality. Of course, standard definition was in 4:3 ratio, a square. Going to HD, which is a 16:9 ratio, rectangle. Of course, you get more viewing, more to view, higher quality, very lifelike. Even during the CES, during that time, they actually were comparing both to show the difference between standard definition and high definition, and it was very easy to tell. Now, going from high definition to 4K, there's not nearly as much difference or nearly easy to see as a jump from SK to HD. SD to HD, excuse me, and trying to not to get everything mixed up. Even during CES, they didn't compare the two because, like I said, there's not nearly as much difference. I mean, sure, I could see going to 4K is eventually going to be the next step. Does make sense. I don't think it makes sense currently yet. It should be in the near future. Even this goes to when George Lucas Films, I can't remember their standard, THX, or the audio standard they came out with anyway, stated that even 1080p and a 50-inch screen, you could only really tell the difference unless you're at least 6 feet or closer, or do you notice the difference? And so makes a lot less of a difference. Now, another thing you got to think about as well is what is currently available as 4K. Now, yes, on the internet, we do have Netflix and YouTube. Anything that's streaming or downloadable is going to use a lot more bandwidth. And currently, here, give an example, in the United States, simply the bandwidth is not very good currently. So we really need to wait on content providers to provide a much faster internet speeds to allow to view it more easily. And now, looking from a content provider point of view, the people actually make this content, such as myself. I do make both professional watching on YouTube and so on. To do that, you're gonna need probably it's gonna be more costlier. For example, you're gonna need more space to hold this information. Larger flash drives going to be more expensive. The computer to process this 4K is also going to might need to be upgraded or even buy a new system. And then obviously uploading this, you got to find a place where it's going to utilize this as well. And even digital projectors in theaters are not even quite ready for 4K content. And most likely it's going to be downsampled anyway from 4K to 1080p. There are some advantages from this downgrading. You're going to get a much sharper picture, better saturation and colors and so on. But so as a content provider and or consumer, you got to think, is it really worth it yet? Maybe not now, but in the future, I think it definitely will be.